2016 was one of the worst years in movie history. Or was it? What's up, everybody? My name's Josiah, and this is my list of the best movies of 2016. This year, I saw 48 new movies. I saw 33 of those in theater, and 15 I saw on DVD or streaming. The number 10 movie on my list is Moana. It is the only animated film, and it was in contention with Kubo and the Two Strings. Disney pulled it off again with another riveting tale of a girl, not a princess, and the demigod Maui. As Disney does so well, they get the adults and children invested in this emotional tale. My next movie on my list is drastically different from the last. Everybody Wants Some is a semi-follow-up to Richard Linklater's 1993 film Dazed and Confused. This movie follows a bunch of baseball college bros in the 80s. I really connected with this film because it followed a close group of guy friends, similar to what I had in high school with sports. The number 8 movie on my list is the one that took nearly 10 years to make and superhero landed straight into 2016. That movie is Deadpool. It had the balls to take on the rest of the superhero genre by making fun of itself in its own totally clever and unique ways. I cannot remember the last war movie I saw with fight scenes so graphic and a story that is so special. Hacksaw Ridge does just that with Andrew Garfield's character, who refuses to pick up a gun because of his religion. This story does not tiptoe around that major issue and takes a real look into the events of World War II. 2 years ago, I was not a fan of Disney bringing their old animated films to real life with live action movies. I thought it was a lazy way to make money and get people into the theater. But Jon Favreau's The Jungle Book proved me wrong by bringing my favorite childhood movie to life with beautiful CGI, a great cast, and the original tunes. The other big war movie of 2016 was Rogue One, a Star Wars story. This movie delivered on many levels by having a story set right before the events of Episode 4. The special movie-making feats also helped this movie crack my top 5 movies of 2016. This movie also gives me hope of the future standalone stories of Star Wars. One of the movies that I had little expectations for in 2016, mostly because I just didn't know a lot about it, was Hell or High Water. This is the story of two brothers robbing banks in order to save their mom's ranch. This story helps us look into the eyes of desperate men who just want what is best for their family. There's an almost Breaking Bad interaction between the cops and the brothers who are just trying to figure out what is going on in the state. We all know the bad guys can never win, but this movie sure does. Probably the biggest contender for the best picture at the Oscars right now is La La Land. I was so excited to see this movie, and I'll tell you what, it lives up to the hype. The real look at LA's traffic-filled streets, to the scenic locations, to a struggling look into an actress and artist's life. This movie hits a note that is sure to sit with viewers and myself for years to come. Interestingly enough, my number 2 spot is also filled by a movie that has lots of music in it. Sing Street. The reason this movie hangs with me is because of its simple story of a boy just trying to get a girl by starting a band. This movie works on many levels emotionally and has a soundtrack that will stick with you for months. I promise you'll be humming it, and I highly recommend it. Before I announce my number 1 movie of 2016, here are some other honorable mentions that didn't make my top 10 list. 2016 wasn't the best year in movies, but these movies do get some honorable mentions by me. And finally, my number 1 movie of the year is the one that I had the most fun seeing in the theaters. I thoroughly enjoyed every scene of this movie, and that is Captain America: Civil War. I honestly enjoyed every moment of this movie, from switching sides between Iron Man and Captain America, and that's something that this movie does so well. It introduced Spider-Man into the Marvel Cinematic Universe while having the best superhero fight scene in any movie of all time in the airport fight sequence. I'll be able to watch this movie time and time again because of the excellent work that the Russo brothers did on this film, and I can't wait to see what else they have in store for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Well, there you have it, everybody. That's my top 10 list for the top movies of 2016. Thank you to everybody who watched this video. I spent a lot of time watching movies in 2016, and I look forward to doing more next year. Here's to a great 2017.